might get distorted. I don't think that's an ideal situation. An ideal situation is when different varieties can bloom together rather than making everything into the same kind of boxed.
Sir, my question is कि हमारे समाज का जो एक लाइट क्लास है
जी जी
सोसाइटी का,
जी,
ये जो पोलैरिटी जिसकी बात आप कर रहे हैं,
जी जी,
उसको कहीं ना कहीं एक्सेप्ट करने को तैयार नहीं है।
जी जी जी,
तो क्या आपको लगता है कि इस बात से आप सहमत हो सकते हैं? ये जो पोलैरिटी है उसको वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना चाहता, वो फ्लैट करना चाहता है।
जी जी जी,
KFC का पूरा चेन, मैकडी का बर्गर,
जी जी जी,
वो उस कोने से जम्मू कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक
जी जी जी,
सबको खिलाना चाहता है,
जी जी जी,
सबको एक भाषा में बोलने के लिए।
जी जी जी,
नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बहुत सारी भाषाएं खत्म हो रही है, पता है आपको? पता ही
जी
होगा आपको।
जी जी जी, सब इंग्लिश में,
इंग्लिश
और
मेघालय के मेरे दोस्त बता रहे थे कि वहाँ लगभग 13 ऐसी भाषाएं थी जो बहुत ज़्यादा बोली जाती थी। अभी स्कूल में वो सारी भाषाएं खत्म हो गई,
जी जी,
वो सिर्फ इंग्लिश मीडियम।
जी जी, that the loss is not only for the community who is losing it, the loss is for the whole humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
What a culture that has been preserved for thousands of years, it's just disappearing. And I think there should be concerted effort, and also the mindset. I mean, as a child, we thought it would be so nice if everybody speaks the same language, but perhaps that's not true. There is beauty in being different, and that is something that we need to preserve. There has to be, I think it is important that it's not that one should be confined to a small world all the time, but when you come and join the bigger world, it should be with dignity of what you possess rather than throwing away what you already have. I'm not against learning English. I think it is important that people learn English so that you communicate well. But there is also a lot of value when you learn your own language and learn English as an addition to it. Then it adds value, and also you can always bring something new to other English speakers in other parts of the world. I mean, this tendency to make everything uniform is a very fascistic tendency. It's never going to happen, and it's always very difficult to succeed in these projects of trying to make everything exactly the same. But realizing that it is people are different, and accepting those differences and celebrating those differences will make a world much more livable for people who are not necessarily in the dominant position. People who are being dominated should also feel equal with the dominant cultures and dominant language, dominant groups, which is key for building a stronger India, but also for building a more humane world, not just in India. The truth is, I mean that's what makes, in a way, India quite unique also. If you go to United States, for example, if you go to any town, whether it is on the West Coast or East Coast, it's the same. It's the same McDonald's, the Burger King, the Pizza Hut, and every township is exactly the same. There could be slight difference in accent here, but here, if you travel 100 miles, you'll find a completely different language, completely different culture, completely different way of organizing life, completely different way of, facing the world, which are things that we need to preserve and build upon, rather than throw it off as ancient, outdated.
But last 10 सालों में बहुत सारी चीजें खत्म हुई हैं।
जी।
मैं भी दिल्ली से यहाँ तक आते हुए बहुत सारी चीजें, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में भी गुवाहाटी से मणिपुर तक आते हुए नहीं लगा कि आप कोई दूसरी दुनिया में या किसी दूसरे शहर में या किसी नए लोगों के बीच में, सब कुछ वैसा ही है।
जी जी जी।
मुझे नहीं लगता आज से 10 साल पहले, आपने ज़्यादा बेहतर देखा होगा, मणिपुर ऐसा ही था आज से 10 साल पहले।
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं।
चीज़ें बदली हैं,
बहुत ज़्यादा बदली हैं।
और क्या वो पॉजिटिव है जो बदला है?
There are positive elements, there are negative elements.
Okay.
ये नहीं है कि सब positive.
नहीं, हम कल्चर को लेकर भी बात करें, डेवलपमेंट एक अलग प्रोस्पेक्ट हो सकता है।
I think there were much stronger sense of community. I mean, we can see it when we were growing up in Imphal. Every evening we used to go out and play in the playground with the children in the community. Now when my children comes back home from school, they all glue to the TV and it's a very individualistic culture.
Yes.
I think I miss that. But on the other hand, from the television, they are learning a lot about the larger world.
Yes.
ये नहीं है कि in a way we were quite ignorant compared to them in their age. But that sense of being a part of a community is breaking up, even in small towns like Imphal.
कम्युनिटी को हमने छोड़
जी
दिया।
जी जी जी।
सर, अब एक चीज़ और, जो हम वुमेन्स इशू पे बात करें, तो ये वायलेंस जो है, ये क्या, ये एक नया ट्रेंड है नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, या बहुत पहले से ये वायलेंस चलता रहा है, अभी आइडेंटिफाई हम कर रहे हैं चीज़ों को?
जी, violence and human nature, I think, has gone together side by side for many centuries. चाहे वो मणिपुर में हो, चाहे वो कहीं भी जगह में हो, फिर भी there is a certain hegemonic structural violence which has come in Manipur in the last couple of decades, which is very repressive and which is creating a lot of difficulties in living a normal life. We are told actually by our elders that when Manipur got independent in 1947, when the British left, there were hardly 100 policemen, with red turban policemen, and the law and order situation in Manipur was quite under control.